When you create LARPs, you create reality. It doesn't matter if the aim is to educate, to entertain, or to explore. In the end, it's about creating reality. My name is Klaus Rostel, and I'd like to introduce you to a project I'm part of. It's called Spindle, and it's a tool for LARP writers. Let's start from the character view. Here you can add, edit, and manage relations. It's a little like Google Docs, but divided into modules. The modules come from previously defined plots and stories. You can of course redefine the order in which they're arranged to make it easier for the players. When you change the content of a module, it will update automatically everywhere it's in use. Did the time of the late night vampire party change? Correct it once, and it'll update all over. There's no manual editing, there's no copy pasting. In Spindle terminology, a scenario consists of a series of plots. A plot is defined as a distinguishable layer of your LARP. It may be a quest, like trying to kidnap the queen or get as much treasure as you can. It may be a net of relations, or it may be a series of political alliances. It can also be used to set up organizational information, like the time and placement of workshops. As long as it's a part of the LARP that's clearly distinguishable from other parts of the LARP and is meant to give the players information, it belongs in the plot section in Spindle. In the example here, the plot is the big party at the Capulet Mansion, which is a big in-game event that will happen during the LARP. Do you remember the modules of text that Juliet's character consisted of? Here, you can add some of them. We call them functions, and they're related to how the character is involved with the plot I spoke about before. For the Capulet Mansion party plot, available functions would be things like kitchen staff, organizer, speechwriter, participant, etc. You can of course add, delete, and manage functions just as you please. For each function, you can add information related to this plot. If it's a non-smoking party, you can add this information once and it will automatically appear in every participant's handout or character sheet. Next, let's look at the big picture of the LARP, which can also be managed with Spindle. You can also assign multiple functions to one character. Juliet is not just a partygoer, she's also one of those who's going to be holding a speech, so she has at least 2 functions at the party. The plot management interface, it's meant to give you control over this in an easy and intuitive way. The character interface gives you control over style and character consistency. Thanks to both, all the text you've manually written as plots and functions is automatically assigned to the characters, so the players get it as needed. No more copy pasting. No more missing information. No more mistakes. When your work is done, it's done. There's no need for formatting or layout. Just choose one of the templates and download it. It's ready for print or for PDF. When it comes to layout, Spindle allows you to choose your own structure. It can be Act 1, Act 2, and so on. It could also be what do you know and what do you want? Or maybe even character description, off-game information, etc. It can be used to convey both in-game information and off-game information. And you can of course reorder it any way you choose. When you've defined plots and functions, creating an almost ready character is just a matter of clicking in the interface and giving the character the right set of functions. If you've done your homework properly, you can create hundreds or even thousands of characters automatically just by doing clicking in a backend. This is of course something that takes work, but it takes a lot less work than creating thousands of individual characters that are more or less the same anyway. And the interface of course makes sure that no information is missing. Spindle manages relations between characters using the functions function. You can use functions to create relations between characters, for example giving all members of a family the same information. When you then assign a new character to the family, for example to the Capulet family, all existing characters will be updated with that information. Spindle works on a software as a service model. That means that it works in your browser, is available on the internet, and can be accessed anywhere and anytime. You won't need to download anything. You won't need to have a special operating system for it to work. It's just there. Spindle is meant to be safe. That includes not only the technological aspects of data safety, but also privacy policy. Our terms of service ensure that none of us will ever look at your characters or your LARP design. We know that sharing is caring, but there are some secrets of the trade that LARP writers want to keep for themselves, and we're okay with that. In the future, we hope to be able to add tools so you can analyze your own LARPs and maybe learn a little from them. But for right now, just so it's said, your data is safe. Another aspect of Spindle's safety is data preservation. Whether you're using it for free or on a paid subscription, at any time you're able to download everything you have, so you have it for yourself. and you can always create more LARPs using Spindle. This is of course just the start. In the months and years to come, we hope to add a lot more features to Spindle. Obvious ones would be things like project management tools, mail-out functions, keeping track of things that are not necessarily characters like props and so on. But for now, we're going to start with character writing. To round off, we want you on board. The goal is to make Spindle into a reliable tool for LARP writers, made by LARPers, for LARPers. It's a tool to weave your dreams and to help you create reality. In the end, that's what it's all about. Thank you for listening.